Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Today, I would like to talk to you about 3 different stocks. They're ones that I've talked about before, but they've had amazing progress the past couple of days. I would like to talk about why I think that's happening and what I see happening for these companies in the near future. I can't wait to tell you about them. Let's get ready to rock. Welcome back. Before I get to the stocks, down in the description is a link for my Patreon. We're a growing community of investors that are all working on educating ourselves to be better at the investing and the finance that we do, and we would love to have you over there. We have a private Discord where we talk stocks all day, all night, all week long. Again, that link is down in the description for the Patreon. Can't wait to see you there. Also down in the description is a link for Webull. By signing up and depositing $100, you get 2 free stocks. I get 2 free stocks for the referral. It helps support this channel. It helps support the equipment that I'm filming on right now. So thank you to all of you who have contributed to that. And thank you to those of you who have yet to contribute. Again, that link is also down in the description. Finally, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Let's get on to the stocks. So the first company that I'd like to talk to you about is Snap Inc. And they recently reported their earnings, and their earnings beat expectations. There are some things that people are worried about. You know, was the pandemic something that helped elevate their business? What about Apple's new privacy policies that they have that makes it so that the ads can't be targeted as well? Are they going to lose ad revenue for that? The Snapchat CEO has already come out and said that they've already factored that into their projections and that they've already adjusted for it, and they still expect to see massive growth going forward. They said that the pandemic was actually something that they feel hurt their business because people couldn't get together and take the pictures, and they couldn't just be on the app as much. So these numbers that they put out, they still expect strong numbers in the years going forward, and right now they have price targets that range anywhere from $58 a share up to $70 a share. One of the newest ones that just came out today was a price target of $70. So this is a company I think that you should keep your eye on. They've made tremendous growth so far. Right now they're at a price of about $64.44 is where they topped out today during the normal trading hours. And this is the day just following. They had a sharp sell-off right at the end of the trading day yesterday. And then the earnings came out, and they went right back up to where they were and then beyond. And they crushed that $60 mark. So what you're seeing on the screen is the intraday price for Snap. And you can just see how this stock didn't do a whole lot during the pre-market. But then market opened and it took off, and there was no looking back for this one. So what do I see for this company long term? I can see them continuing the bullish rise that they have. I think within 12 months hitting that $70 mark, I think is something that they'll easily attain, and they expect year-over-year growth, I think in the first quarter of this year, of 55%. And according to Snapchat CEO, they should have even stronger growth numbers this year in 2021 as we get out of the pandemic versus 2020 when we were at the height of the pandemic. The next stock that I have for you is Skillz, and this one I talked about yesterday, and I did a deep dive video of this weeks ago. And I don't remember if I said yesterday, I think I said like I had $27 a share or so. I looked into it, and I was actually in at $23 a share on this one. So today was a really good day. At one point, I had my money doubled when it was up to $46, a really good day. Yesterday, when I made my video, the stock had gone up around $37 or $38 a share. It was a really good day. It was just following the news about the multi-year deal that Skillz and the NFL have struck to have the developers that work on the Skillz platform to have that crowdsourced in order to develop NFL-themed apps that would benefit the players who play, the developer who develops it, the NFL. It would benefit Skillz, and then it would also benefit us as the investors because it would really help this company gain exposure to greater audiences. And I think it's also the foot in the door, just the beginning for other companies. Think about other sports avenues or other businesses to make these other games that wouldn't normally exist outside of Skillz. So today, their run-up, this is another stock that once it started going up, I said looking at the chart yesterday, the intraday chart, it had sort of a pennant kind of look to it, and it looked like it still had room to run, and I said that I think it still has room to run, and it ran. I honestly expected like $42 maybe would be the high point, so then to watch it go another 10%-ish beyond that to go up to $46, it was a really nice day. I think in the short term, we're going to see that pull back a little bit, especially if the market goes red. I think this is going to come back down mid-30s, high 30s or so. So we can expect to see those things, but I think that we're still at the inception point of a company that just has so much growth potential ahead of it that would just be a buying opportunity. And I very much expect to increase my position on Skillz going forward. Here's the 30-minute chart looking intraday, and again, just an incredible run. All those green bars all in a row. I mean, it was awesome to watch. And I fully thought at $46, when I saw it at 46.30, it topped out at, I was like, I think I'm going to pull the trigger and sell it, but I hesitated because while I could take those short-term profits now and it would be, you know, a quick 100%, this wasn't really ever a swing trade for me. This is more of a long-term play that I plan on holding on to the shares that I have for years and just really letting it grow. So rather than taking a few dollars now, instead I decided to keep where I was and just wait for another buying opportunity to increase my position. And so that's how I chose to play this one. So again, short term, we could see this pullback, especially if the market goes red. We just had 5 up days in a row in the stock market. So having a day where it goes red or 2 days where it goes red, or even if we had 5 red days, it's not something that I would like to see for the positions that I have. But for finding new positions, it could definitely be a place where I could have a lot of opportunities. There's plenty of stocks. I was just talking with my brother today about missing out on 3D Systems. It's one that I watched it go to 30, and I was like, you know, I'll wait for the pullback, and then I'll go into it. And it never pulled back as much as I wanted it to. And I think today it hit almost $48 a share, maybe almost $49. I'd have to look again to be certain over that. So with Skillz, I don't want that to be my same story. I'm in it, and I'd like to increase my position. And if we have those red days when the stocks go on sale, that's the time that I'm going to increase my position or take new positions wherever I can. All right, finally, CCIV. We had a few days ago where in the after hours there was some big jump up in the price and nobody really had an explanation for it. So everybody got all excited, and you know, we were buying into it, and the stock price hit about $35 a share or so. And then we got the news coming out that said, hey, there's not any merger that's going to be imminent. And everybody was like, oh, and so people started selling off. And I was watching it. I was like, you know, there's been times in the past that companies have said nothing imminent, don't expect anything. And then like the next day or two, it seems like some good, awesome news comes out. And in the past, I've sold my position because I'm like, you know what, my money's better used somewhere else right now. But this time I was like, well, I put this money here on the gamble that there's a lot of reason to suspect that the merger is going to go through between CCIV and Lucid Motors. And while I still don't have an answer to that, we know that they're talking. Today there was an interview with the CEO on CNBC, and he just kept on saying, I can't talk about the merger. I can't talk about our plans to enter through SPAC or IPO. So with his comments in that interview, the fact that he can't talk about it, if there were no talks, he could probably come out and say a little bit more than he has. So we still don't have any sort of confirmation. We're still going on the rumor, but the fact that there was more news to keep us going on, that there was such good news about Lucid Motors, the CCIV price came up with it anyway, brought it back up out of that slump that it experienced from the no merger being imminent into, hey, you know, we don't have any bad news, so this must be good news. So I think the sentiment still is that because he can neither confirm nor deny that there's talks of merger or plans to merge between CCIV and Lucid Motors, people are taking that as a good sign that he can't talk about it. So with that sentiment, we see the stock price rise. The nice thing that we can take from this, we'll talk about the bullish side of this. If this is worth $36 on a rumor, then it's worth well over $40 with the real thing. Meaning that if we hear official news about the merger, that there is an SEC filing for the intention to merge CCIV with Lucid Motors, we're up in the 40s easy, mid 40s. Honestly, I mean, people are really hyped about this. If it hit 50, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't think that it's a price that would necessarily hold. I think there's going to be a lot of overbuying the first day that we would hear anything, if we would hear anything. If it's refuted, if finally either CCIV or Lucid comes out and says, no, it's not happening, we drop back down quickly. We drop down hard. The downside of this is being at $36, that's a $26 downside, which, you know, is like losing 60% of our money. So be careful, because this still is all on a rumor. We know talks, and that's all we know. We don't know of any actual plans to merge, and there's certainly no official filing with the SEC about a merger between Lucid Motors and CCIV. So just be careful. The money that I have in this, I'm willing to lose on this. You know, I wouldn't lose it all, but I would lose 66% of it from this point, and that might not feel too good. So if you decide to take a position, or if you have a position, please understand the risks of investing on the rumor. Just taking a quick look at the 30-minute chart, you can see the excitement that people have over just any news whatsoever about Lucid Motors. The fact that their plant is pretty much up and ready for running, that they're going to have the Lucid Air out, ready for sale for the summer of 2021. People are excited about that. The fact that they have in California and Florida, I think he said 6 different showrooms so far for Lucid, and the fact that it's becoming real, and it just makes people hungrier for that rumor. And so we see that price action come off of it, come off the connection that we have. Even though it's based off a rumor, still CCIV is still somewhat tied to Lucid. So you can see the run-up that we have. This is still going to be a roller coaster with CCIV going forward. Any bad news is going to drop it, and so for people who still believe in the rumor, more buying opportunity, but be careful again, because it's on a rumor and that's dangerous. Any super good news that we get, things that would be seen as positive, would make this thing jump even more from where it's at. So be on the lookout for the news as it comes out. You can always set stop losses to mitigate your risk if you want to. You can always take profit if you think it's going to come back down. Those are all choices that you have. Just choose wisely, choose what works best for you if you choose to invest at all with CCIV. All right, so that's what I have for you. So Snap, for right now, is 12-month price target of $70. It gives a little bit of room to run from where it's at, about 10% or so, but so with Snap, a price target maxing out at $70. There's several different companies there's several different analysts that have them priced at about $70. The lowest one is about $58. Finding right in there, it's at $63, $64 right now. And we're in a really good spot with Snap so far, especially that they intend there to be growth throughout 2021 as well. Skillz, in my mind, my opinion is that it's going to be a monster going forward. Again, that the NFL is just foot in the door sort of contract by a big name really deciding to strike a deal with Skillz to see what sort of revenue stream they can get going with the e-gaming and esports market. Finally, CCIV, if the rumor becomes something true that Lucid and CCIV are going to merge, we're going to go up in the 40s easy. If it falls through, we're back down to the 10s or the teens. And if it dropped down to 10, it wouldn't be surprising to me. It would fall down very hard very quickly. So be careful with that, because it's either going to take off on the chance that we know that they're going to merge, or it's going to drop like a rock in 10 times gravity if that deal should fall through. So that's what I have for you today. If you guys would like to join my Patreon and private Discord, the link is down in the description. Also down in the description, you'll find a link for Webull. If you need a trading platform, by signing up and depositing $100, you get 2 free stocks. I get 2 free stocks for the referral. Thanks ahead of time for the support. Also, if you would please, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research and your due diligence. Contact a financial advisor before making any financial decisions. I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for rocking with me. Now go get that money.